Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hi, my name is Judy if you're new here, and I'm so happy to have you here on my channel with me today. In the last, I should say 12 months, I have not been wearing a whole lot of makeup, and I suppose you can guess why. I've been doing a lot of mask wearing, and it's just been kind of pointless to wear makeup. So not having worn makeup for the last like 12 months, I kind of got used to not wearing any, which is kind of hard to believe because I used to be the kind of person that would never go anywhere without a full face of makeup or at least some form of makeup on. I just felt better about myself and really put together when I did have a full face of makeup on, and to some extent I still do enjoy that. However, during the last 12 months, not having worn makeup, wearing masks, I just kind of got used to being in my own skin. I started being comfortable with having a bare face and just being okay with that, having people see my natural skin. However, there are some days where I do want to wear makeup, but the style of makeup that I normally gravitate to on a normal everyday basis is more of a dewy, natural, easy, almost no makeup, so a very, very minimal makeup look. So that's the kind of makeup that I'm going to be applying today. Now, most of the products that I'm going to be using today were products that were sent to me by Stylevana. Now, Stylevana is a website online where you can buy the latest and trendiest Korean beauty and Asian makeup products for an affordable price. And also, if you guys want to save even more money on these affordable prices, you can use the code INF10 Kikay to save 10 to 15% off your order. This video is not sponsored by Stylevana, but most of the products that I'm going to be using today were sent to me by them. The code is an affiliate code, and I do earn some commission if you do decide to purchase any products using that code. I want to thank Stylevana for working with me again this month. So yeah, let's get to applying some makeup on my face. Okay, so when I start with makeup, I always want to make sure that my skin is prepped because I'm not applying a lot of makeup as far as coverage goes. I want to make sure that my skin itself is looking as good as it possibly can. So I start out with some type of moisturizer, some type of toner on the skin to prep it for anything else that I'm going to be applying on top. So the first product I'm going to be applying is this Frutia Blueberry Hydrating Toner. It smells so clean and fresh, and I love to start with a toner because it just kind of preps the skin for absolutely everything else. Now, this hydrating toner contains blueberry extract with a rich moisturizing component instead of water. So it just really gives your skin a drink of water. And it's also suitable for sensitive skin, which is me. So a lot of people will apply toner in the palm of their hands and press that into their skin. And I do that sometimes, but for me today, I just feel like applying it to a cotton pad and applying it that way to the skin. It smells like nice, clean skincare. It doesn't smell overly fragrant. It smells really good, but it doesn't smell overly fragrant, which I really like. I mean, I don't like overly fragrant skincare products. I can't stand overly fragranced skincare products. If I want to smell good, I'll just apply perfume or take a shower, one of the two. I'm gonna let that sink into the skin for about 30 seconds. Then I'm gonna go on with my next step. Alright, the next product is this Cica Live Daily Repair Skin Cream. I have used Cica products before, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but Cica is a plant-derived product that is really widely used in Asian and Korean beauty skincare. Its functions are for brightening and anti-wrinkle, anti-aging, and heaven knows that I need that since I am actually nearing 30. So I'm going to be using some of this today. I applied some of this on my skin before, and it's so beautiful and thick and moisturizing, but not like in a slick, oily type way. I really like it because it just sinks so beautifully into the skin, and it smells beautiful as well. It smells really, really good. I really like this cream because it almost feels like it's water-based. It's not oily or sticky, and it's really super hydrating. I don't think it is water-based, but it kind of feels like that. Make sure you get your skincare right up to your hairline as well, because because your skin still continues even under your hair, but that's then where your hair products start, I suppose. I'm also gonna take a lot of that down my neck as well because my neck tends to be dry, just like my face. And I'm also going to let that product sink into the skin for another 30 seconds. While I'm letting that happen, I want to use a little bit of a lip product. Now this one is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. Stylevana also sent this to me in a bag, like I think it was for Christmas or something, and I have been loving it ever since I first started using it. It is a sleeping mask, so that, you know, it gives the indication that you use it overnight, but I use it all the time. I use it like lip balm. It's very what do you call it, smooth, and not even a whipped formula. It just looks like, it actually looks like a smooth Vaseline, but not gross like Vaseline, and it is so hydrating on the lip. It smells delicious too. It actually tastes a little sweet. You're not meant to eat it, but I mean, let's be real. Everything we apply on our lips, we are probably eating. So that's what that is. You can also find this at Stylevana. This one I think is just a little sample size pot. But for me, I actually prefer a lot of my lip products to come in smaller size packaging, because especially if it's an open lid, not a squeezy tube, because if I'm dipping my finger in there, I don't want to have like a big container of me dipping my finger in until it's used up. I kind of like the idea of having a small pot, use it up, and then get a fresh product. Does that make sense to you guys? Is anyone else like that, or is that just me? Anyway, so that lip sleeping mask is so good. I don't use it just at night. I use it all the time, like lip balm. All right, now the next product that I am using for even more of a glow, even more of a hydration on the skin. I do have very dry skin. If you have super oily skin, maybe this isn't the look or the routine for you, but I do have dry skin. I used to actually have oily skin, but having a regular skincare routine kind of balanced it out. And then a few months ago, I had an incident with an expired product, which almost completely changed the balance in my skin, and now I have dry skin. I don't know how that happened, but it obviously cut off some type of oil supply line in my skin, and now I have dry skin. But anyway, I'm now all about the hydration product, which Stylevana is amazing for. You can find so many hydrating skincare products on there, and hydrating makeup too. You can find so much makeup that also doubles as skincare, which is incredible. So anyway, the next product I'm going to be applying is this Galactamide's Pure Vitamin C Glow Serum. Vitamin C is so good for your skin, guys. It's anti-wrinkle, it's brightening, and not only is it good for your skin, it's good for your internal as well. Vitamin C is really good. I would not recommend eating this, no, but you can consume vitamin C through a supplement or through citrus or whatever. So anyway, I'm gonna apply maybe not so much of this oil on the skin, but maybe just a couple drops for a little bit of extra hydration and a little bit of an extra glow. Ooh, that oil is not actually like a thick oil as well. You know how sometimes oil feels really slick? This one actually feels kind of hydrating. I really super like that. I'm gonna add this one to my to my skincare nightstand. I've already got so much skincare on there, but I'm gonna add that one to it too. It's so good. See, my face looks really hydrated and glowy and like plump right now. Don't mind the double chin, it is plump there, I know. But my skin feels kind of plump right now, and I really super love that. And normally this is where I would stop. My face feels great. I feel confident to go out with my face bare and glowy and just looking like this. I wouldn't really need to apply makeup. I'm actually really good at this. But I did say I'm gonna be applying some makeup today. So when I want some natural, glowy, almost skin-like makeup, I don't even worry about concealer unless I have really super dark circles under the eyes. And then if I do, which I don't feel like I do right now, I might just like go in with a tiny little bit of concealer and pat it under. But for today, I'm just gonna go in with some cream products and things that will just naturally meld into the skin and look like it's my skin, but just a little bit more contoured and shaped, I suppose. So, that was a bit dramatic. So, I'm just gonna be using a bit of cream blush, and I have been loving the L'Oreal Infallible Longwear Sculpting Stick, and this one is just a really nice cream blush, and I just go a little bit there and a little bit there, and I just kind of blend that in with a brush or a makeup sponge, whichever you guys like to use. I generally go for a sponge, but I actually am too lazy to wet the one that I have here right now, so I'm just gonna be honest about that, and I'm just gonna use a brush today, which is actually working pretty good. I'm not applying any extra product to the forehead or my nose, but just whatever product is left on the brush, I'm just gonna spread that onto there. Now I have a bit of scarring there, but you know what, that's normal, that's natural. Everyone's got spots and scars on their faces. Well, maybe not everyone, but most normal people do, and I'm just normal people. Now Stylevana also sent me 2 types of blushes. These aren't actually cream products, but I do kind of want to go in with maybe just one of them. I think I might use a little bit of this one, but look how cute this one is though. It looks like a little bit of yellow and a little bit of a glittery pink powdered blush. I've never used yellow as a blush, but maybe it's more of a color correcting, balancing out type thing. I won't be using that one today, but it's actually such a cute compact. I think for today I'm going to be going in with this Heimish Glow Cheek Blush slash highlighter. It is a little bit shimmery in there. It is not a cream product, but I'm going to go in with a tiny little bit of that on my brush and just kind of pat that onto the high points of my face as well, on that spot where I applied the cream blush, and that kind of will act like a bit of highlight as well. It does have a little bit of that glowy, goldy pink undertone, which is actually, I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Obviously, I'm not going for a full coverage type look because there is no way that that's gonna be happening with the makeup that I'm using today. In fact, it's mostly all skincare really, and I'm okay with that. I just want to look glowy and hydrated, you know? All right, now just for a little bit more dimension in my skin, I am going to go in with a cream bronzer, and this one is in the same kind of line as the cream blush that I use, and this is the L'Oreal Infallible Longwear Shaping Stick. I don't want to go in with too much. I just want like a tiny little bit there and a tiny little bit there. And I'm just gonna blend that in. I just want to warm up my cheeks a little bit, just a few pats. I don't want very much, I don't need very much. And there we go. We can call that a day with the bronzer. Now, when it comes to natural makeup look days, I don't generally go in with eyeshadow, but Stylevana sent me this really super cute little eyeshadow palette. It's called Honey Coverlet. I don't know if that's a brand. I think that's the name of the palette itself, Honey Coverlet, but it is from the brand called Moonshot. But this palette is so cute. It is kind of like right up my alley because I'm really super into indoor houseplants. If you guys want to follow my plant Instagram, it's That Foliage Life. I've kind of just started it up from the beginning of the year, and it's so cute. I love to have a platform where I can share my houseplants, and eventually I do want to start a YouTube channel for it as well. So this little palette is kind of right up my alley in that area because it's a very smooth touch feel for one, but look at the box, look at the packaging. It has like little leaves on it, some foliage, and then when you open it up, it's not even anything to do with the makeup, you guys. You know that little plastic bit that you throw out that you throw out from the makeup palettes? It's got little leaves and foliage on it. Like, look how cute that is. So anyway, let's get to the makeup. I'm just gonna put that aside. I'm actually gonna keep that plastic bit. But if we have a look on the inside of the palette, it has 8 matte shades on the inside and 2 shimmery ones on the top there. Again, like I said, when it comes to natural makeup look days, I don't even worry remotely about eyeshadow. But what I'm going to do today, simply because I do have this palette, I might just go in with a little bit of this brownie shade here and just kind of pat that on the eyelid on the outer part of the eye, maybe just to deepen it up, that slightest little bit there. And you know, even if you didn't want to apply makeup, you could even just take a brown eyeshadow like this and run it very closely to your lash line, almost like a smoky eyeliner. I don't need much eyeshadow. In fact, I didn't feel like I needed any eyeshadow at all, but just for the sake of using this palette, this formula is very smooth and blendable. It's adhering to the skin really nicely, and I actually don't have any like primer or concealer on the skin for the eyeshadow to stick on, so probably it's not gonna wear very long on the skin, you know, just to have a little something there for now. It'll probably be gone and faded by the end of the day. What I'm gonna do now is just take a tiny little packing brush and just take it into this shimmery peachy shade here. What I'm gonna do with that is just sweep that along my eyelid just for a little bit more of a glow and shine there. And you know, I think that just using my finger for this step would be just as good as a brush, or maybe even better than a brush. It's really good, quick, simple, easy when you know you can come up with a simple natural makeup look like this and just use your fingers for it. Who needs a brush? I really like the way that looks. It's just really simple, subtle, natural. It's a little bit flirty as well, kind of like that. Probably can't even see it on camera. There we go, just a little something on the eyes. So that's it for that palette. That is so incredibly cute. I love that. All right, now for the last step, I'm gonna go in with some mascara. I didn't used to wear mascara when I would go in with all the other makeup, but now that I'm very minimal with the rest of my makeup, I feel like mascara is the one product that I will apply, if that makes any sense. It kind of just makes my eyes stand out a little bit more. So this one is the Heimish Smudge Stop Mascara. This is what it looks like. It has a really interesting shaped wand, interesting shaped brush, but I'm just gonna apply this to the eyelashes. Does anyone else always smudge mascara on their eyelid when they're applying? I know I do, and it's really annoying, but it's just something that always happens to me. So what I do is I just let it dry and then just kind of scrape it off with a cotton tip, with a Q-tip, with a cotton bud. What do you guys call it? Q-tip, cotton bud? I suppose it depends on the world, where in the world you are, what you call it. And I generally just go in with mascara, like very lightly on the lower lash line, and just focus most of it on my upper lashes. Oh, I like this mascara. Probably should have scraped more off the wand before I went in with it because it's applying very thick on the eyelashes. It's quite a wet formula, to be honest. So I'm just gonna like scrape off a lot of that. Actually, it's a very, very wet formula. Just be careful if you're applying this one. It's very lengthening though. Wow. I don't have any on this one. When I generally go in with mascara, I like to focus it on the outer lashes. I don't really worry too much about going on the inner lashes. Maybe I do just a little bit to kind of like get rid of any eyeshadow or powder that might have settled on the lashes, just to kind of like brush it off. But I generally like to focus most of my mascara on the outer lashes here, just to give me the illusion of I'm actually wearing falsies, which I'm not, and I very rarely do. It's very volumizing. Volumizing. Is that even a word? It's very volumizing, super lengthening. I like that. All right, now I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm going to allow all that smudging to dry off, and then I'm gonna scrape it off with a Q-tip, and then I'll be right back and we'll finish up the video. All right, I've scraped off all that extra mascara that smudged on my eyelid, and actually came off so super easy. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's dried really nicely on my eyelashes. It doesn't feel smudgy or wet or flaky. I suppose I'll be able to tell throughout the day whether or not that mascara is gonna be any good, but for right now, I really like the way that it looks. Lengthened the eyelashes really nicely, and actually I kind of like the way that I look today, and I'm pretty happy with it. So that's generally what I'll do for a everyday glowy hydrated. If I wanted to go down the makeup road, generally I just go with skincare, but if I wanted to go down the makeup road, this is the kind of look that I would do. If I wanted to go a little bit extra, I might go in with a colored or tinted lip gloss, or one of those brand new lip balms, or I'll show you, from Juvia's Place. See these lip balms from Juvia's Place? They are actually really hydrating and smooth. I'm just really loving sheer, glowy, low coverage makeup recently, because that's just kind of the life and the world that I'm living in now. I know it's so different from when I first started out on YouTube wearing makeup. I just like slather on all the makeup, and don't get me wrong, sometimes I still like to do that, sometimes I still will do that, but when it comes to everyday, this is what I'll go for. So anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you were interested in any of the makeup products or skincare products that I use in today's video, you will find them all listed in the description box down below. And again, if you wanted to save 10 to 15% off your order on Stylevana, you can use the code INF10 Kikay to save some money. Who doesn't want to save money? I know I always do. So anyway, that is definitely it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like it if you did, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.